is Kanpur and its outskirts Kanpur Dehat, Uttar Pradesh's second largest district. 100 kilometers away in rural Chaubepur lies a nondescript village, Bikru. It's just like any of the hundreds of thousands of such villages that dot India. Except that it was in this particular village that the notorious gangster Vikas Dubey killed 8 policemen in cold blood. Night of Friday-Saturday, July 3rd, 4th, 2020, 12:45 am. A police team of 25 men under commanding officer Devendra Mishra were on a top-secret operation to eliminate Vikas Dubey in a staged encounter. As they approached Dubey's home, a badly parked earth mover blocked the road ahead. The only way to proceed was on foot, and the area was pitch dark. But it was a trap. Dubey and 60 of his gang were positioned on rooftops on both sides of the JCB, waiting for the police team to break up. As they did so, a fusillade of bullets hit them.
Kill them all!
Devendra Mishra managed to find temporary safety and sends an SOS to Bithur police station.
We need reinforcements now!
Looking for cover, he sees an open door of a nearby house and makes a run for it. Bruised and bleeding, Mishra is stunned.
Vikas has gone mad to attack the police. Doesn't he know what the consequences will be?
But Vikas Dubey was not finished. This was personal.
You like to call me Langda, huh? Now let's see how much you can walk.
Like many times before, Vikas knew he would use his political connections to get away scot-free this time as well. All he had to do was wait for the heat to die down, and so he disappeared into the night. Meet the young and rowdy Vikas Dubey of Bikru village. He was always up to no good, beating people and getting into fights. But the fortunes of this roadside thug changed after he beat up some lower caste boys of a neighboring village. The aggrieved party went and filed a complaint with the local police station, on the basis of which he was picked up from his home. The news of Dubey's arrest reached the ears of local Congress MLA Nekchand Pandey.
Police have picked up one of our boys. How dare they arrest a Brahmin? Maybe this Dubey boy will help break the stranglehold of Thakurs in our area.
A general understanding of caste interplay in rural areas might be a good idea. You see, Brahmins with surnames like Dubey, Chaube, Pandey, Mishra, Trivedi, Tiwari and the like generally never get into fights. They are the educated and priestly types. It's the landlords like Thakurs, Singhs, Rai and Yadavs, traditionally tillers and milk farmers, who did this dirty work of gundagiri and gangsterism, while Banyas like Guptas and Agarwals used their money to control the outcome to suit their business interests. They were kingmakers. So Vikas, being a Dubey, that is a Brahmin, and also a toughie, was something relatively novel.
Who's in charge of Chaubepur? Get him on the line.
Hello?
This is the MLA Nekchand.
Yes, sir.
Anybody by the name of Vikas Dubey you picked up?
Yes, sir.
He's my boy. Is the FIR registered?
Not yet, sir.
Good. It shouldn't ever be registered either. Is it those lower caste fellows who have come to file a complaint?
Yes, sir.
Those who don't even have a right to interact with Brahmins are now filing FIRs? These same people will sit on your head one day. Then don't come crying to me. Now tell them to go.
Yes, sir. And that's exactly what happened. With the backing of Nekchand, Vikas Dubey became even more bold. All alone robbing an entire wedding procession, fooling them into believing his men were waiting outside. His daring attracted many, and soon, along with his good friend Raju Nigam, he formed a motorcycle gang which he named after the bike they all rode, Bullet Gang. Feeling all-powerful now, he killed Juna Baba from his own village of Bikru so as to usurp 18 bighas of land, approximately 7 acres. When the Baba's family complained to the cops, a masked member threatened the complainant in the middle of the night. Don't you value your life, or shall I send you to Babaji also? The fight went out of them in an instant.
I'm sorry to trouble you, sir, but there seems to be a misunderstanding. I take back my complaint.
The cop smiled knowingly, aware exactly of what had transpired. You see, most police stations of the area were populated by Brahmin cops. With even the police on his side, there was now no stopping him. Vikas committed crime after crime, extorting money and beating it out of those who resisted. Every time he was locked up, a call from the top would have him freed. Being protected by the people in charge of power was crucial to Dubey. So seeing a shift, he now ditched the Congress and moved alliances entirely to Janata Dal's Hari Kishan Singh, who in 1989 rode to power on the back of VP Singh's campaign against Rajiv Gandhi's alleged involvement in the Bofors gun corruption scam. Dubey continued to find favor in the new party as he amassed ill-gotten property and wealth at the point of a gun. However, Hari Kishan jumped parties twice more, first to the BJP and then to BSP after being denied a ticket despite being a sitting BJP legislator. Fighting a bitter election battle against the very person who denied him the ticket, BJP's Santosh Shukla. Vikas Dubey led the grand victory procession for Hari Kishan after the rebel won the 1996 Chaubepur assembly elections by a razor-thin 1,200 votes. But the festivities were marred when fighting broke out between the two factions. It was in that melee that Vikas badly beat up Lallan Bajpai, the defeated candidate Santosh Shukla's brother. However, later in the same year, Lallan Bajpai orchestrated a coup with his brother's support to become chairman of the Nagar Panchayat. Now Lallan Bajpai started to collect hafta from the locals. So did Dubey. But how can two factions collect money from the same person? This led to many fights as Vikas believed Bajpai was treading on his turf and Bajpai believed he too had the right to share the pie. In 1999, a Bollywood movie Arjun Pandit was released that had some events which were uncannily similar to the gangster's life. Like about how he fell in love with his best friend and fellow gangster Raju Nigam's sister, whose place he frequently visited. Like how at gunpoint, what else? He kidnapped Richa from Raju's house and married her. And how after the incident in 1997, Raju broke up completely with Vikas. It was as if the director had made his life story. Dubey reportedly saw the film over 100 times, earning and then keeping for himself the nickname Pandit. But the height of Vikas Dubey's cruelty can be measured by the killing of Principal Siddheshwar Pandey, of the same school he studied in. Yes, Vikas, what do you want to be when you grow up? Never thought you will become such a cheap gangster and threaten me. It's only business, Principal Saab. Don't take it personally. You will steal land from me? I taught you. Alright, that's enough. Just quietly hand over the land to me. I won't. Guruji, that land is mine. Better I don't have to kill you to take it. A FIR was registered with Shivli police against Vikas Dubey for the murder of the principal and Dubey was arrested. The judge found him guilty and sentenced him under section 302, that is punishment of death or imprisonment for life. But even from jail, Dubey took supari to have people killed. Ram Babu Yadav. As he continued to run his business seamlessly. Also winning the Shivrajpur seat in a Zilla Panchayat election while still behind bars on a murder charge, a seat he retained for 15 years. The police too did Dubey's bidding and witnesses were persuaded to turn hostile. So what will you say in court? I will say whatever you want me to say, sir. So despite a multitude of evidences against him, bail is granted. But there was still one important unfinished piece of business. I have to stop that Lallan Bajpai from collecting hafta. And he knew only one way of dealing with anything. So with 10 to 15 of his gang members, 1 October 2001 evening, Vikas Dubey went to the home of Lallan Bajpai. Come out you! I'm going to solve this problem right here, right now. I'm fed up of your interference. I have to call Shukla ji, otherwise they will kill me. Hello, Santosh ji. Bhaiya, Vikas and his gang are here. They are threatening to kill me. Hold on, I'll bring the whole police force. Who does he think he is? As Santosh Shukla leaves hurriedly for the police station, he calls the cop beforehand to prepare themselves. Inspector, ready the force. Arey yaar, this Vikas Dubey has reached Lallan's place and there's going to be a big problem. Get everyone ready. One of the constables feels that this is the ideal time to prove his worth. Acha? Come, first let's deal with this Shukla. Lallan is jumping because of his backing only. Let's cut that rope first. Like an old Manmohan Desai movie climax, now Vikas Dubey also reaches Shivli police station. What are you all planning behind my back, huh? You think I won't get to know? Look at the way he's talking, like a thug. What about your pet Lallan? Isn't he a thug too? I'm a minister. I have the powers to do anything I want. If you had the power, you wouldn't be coming running to the cops for protection. How dare you insult me like this? I'm a state minister. You may be a minister in Lucknow, but Kanpur belongs to Vikas Dubey. How can you sit here like that? Aren't you going to arrest him? Don't move anybody. Today I will solve this problem once and for all. In broad daylight, in front of numerous police witnesses, Vikas Dubey murders a state minister and flees. With this dramatic killing all over the news, he was now a liability for the BSP party and was summarily expelled. But that was all for show, because when in 2002 he ultimately surrendered, he was still accompanied by a plethora of BSP leaders. However, not a single person came as witness against Dubey, not even Santosh Shukla's gunner or driver who were witness to the murder. Having neither stopped nor arrested Dubey at the time of the killing and giving wrong information in the charge sheet, such as claiming that Dubey fired a rifle, not gun, from 5 meters away, whereas the post-mortem had shown a mere 0.9 meters, the police were conveniently made co-accused in the crime on suspicion of being hand-in-glove with Dubey and therefore unable to give witness. The Kanpur Dehat district judge was forced to give a verdict in favor of Vikas Dubey.
There seems to be no witnesses to this crime.
The defense's position that Vikas Dubey had already left the police station before Shukla's murder is not being challenged. There was no stopping Vikas Dubey now. People were too scared of him.
If a child remains awake past its bedtime, the mother says, "Sleep, my son, sleep, otherwise Vikas Dubey will come."
He began collecting monthly protection money from one of Kanpur's industrial areas, not even sparing a local cable operator who was also a Dubey, bludgeoning him to death when he refused to pay up. So full of himself was he that during a famine, nobody could draw water from a well without reciting some couplets in his praise, because Dubey is the king of Bikru village. Any deviation triggered retribution, as a 10-year-old found out when he was suspended from a tree after he forgot to sing paeans before fetching water. By 2006, Vikas Dubey had extended his business into smuggling drugs and was caught with a 5 kg haul. But because he had just recovered from a road accident, he got bail on medical grounds. Who was in power seemed to make no difference. He was friends with them all. He was a law unto himself, on the barrel of a gun, taking the property he wanted, settling disputes for money, stooping low to even snatch from the poor. But being a Brahmin and switching loyalties to the BSP, a lower caste party, was not liked, and some in the powers that be were getting fed up. But he had instilled a sense of fear into anyone who dared oppose him.
What's the point of arresting him? Nobody will dare come as witness and he will get out again.
They got their chance when in 2018, one of Vikas's own cousin's wife came forward to file an FIR.
Vikas and his men tried to kill Anurag, my husband. File my FIR.
This time it took Vikas 18 months to get bail, and once again their efforts went to naught. Then in July 2020, Rahul Tiwari, Vikas's brother-in-law, filed yet another FIR. Vikas tried to kidnap us when we refused to sign over our property. When commanding officer Devendra Mishra went to pick him up for questioning,
This is our internal matter, CO Saab. We will figure it out ourselves. You must be having more important things to do. Don't tell me what to do. You need to come with us. Why are you getting upset? You just watch the drama, na? And you go on committing crimes and I go on watching? You know that you're talking to Vikas Dubey, right? Many cops are beholden to me. You also ask your price?
a humiliated Mishra goes back empty-handed, straight to his superior. We are looking like fools, sir. He has over 60 cases against him, but still roams free, committing more and more crimes. We are unable to do anything. What do you have in mind? Encounter, sir. Only way to control him. So it was in mid-2020 when the police began planning for Vikas Dubey's encounter. A team of 25 officers were assembled. Not one of his team must survive. Eliminate them all. But as usual, he gets the information beforehand. That I'll teach them all a lesson. Sir, get out quickly. No, this is the time. After this, nobody will dare lay a hand on Vikas Dubey. Please, sir, don't make the police your enemy. You have enough opponents already. You have been sent to convince me or what? Keep your opinions to yourself. I'll do as I want. Okay, Bhaiya, as you deem fit. 5 hours of advance warning was sufficient for Vikas Dubey to make a plan to counter his encounter.
Let the police come. they will go home in their coffins.
One of the police moles calls the Chaubepur power station after the encounter team leaves,
Switch off the electricity at Bikru village at precisely 12:50 a.m.
plunging the area into darkness just before the police team arrive.
Vikas has gone mad to attack the police. Doesn't he know what the consequences will be?
The consequences began almost immediately. 3rd July, Vikas Dubey's cousin Prem Prakash Pandey and Atul Dubey encountered. 8th July, Amar Dubey, the gangster's slain nephew and bodyguard in Maudala village in Hamirpur. 9th July, Praveen Dubey in Itawa, while Dubey's 17-year-old relative Prabhat Mishra was shot dead trying to escape police custody in Panki. For a few days, Dubey managed to keep his whereabouts unknown. But when his on-ground protectors Chaubepur's SHO Vinay Tiwari and beat in charge of Bikru village SI KK Sharma were arrested on July 8th and then suspended on charges that it was them who informed Vikas Dubey about the ill-fated encounter and that SHO Vinay Tiwari ran away and didn't fire a single bullet even as the cops were outnumbered and lay bloodied on the ground. Vikas Dubey knew he was not safe in Kanpur any longer and fled the city, choosing to give himself up in the crowded premises of Ujjain's Mahakaleshwar temple in Madhya Pradesh, where no encounter was possible. Not even bothering to hide his face so as to easily be recognized by temple flower vendor Suresh Mali, who informed the local police and confirmed his identity thereafter. After the Special Task Force and Ujjain police arrested Vikas Dubey, he shouted to the waiting press to announce that he was captured alive.
मैं हूँ विकास दुबे कानपुर वाला.
700 kilometers away, a police team from Kanpur had set out to claim their prized possession. During interrogation, Dubey revealed,
11 politicians and 5 senior police officers are my friends. They do me favors when required.
Next morning, the news was all over every channel.
Breaking news! We have just been informed that Vikas Dubey is dead. He was shot while trying to escape.
According to the police, as they were bringing Dubey back, their car had an accident when in heavy rain it swerved to avoid some cattle. As the car toppled, police say Vikas Dubey tried to make a run for it, snatching a pistol and firing at the police, but was shot dead. An unlikely version, as after his 2006 road accident, Vikas had spine problems and walked with a limp. Encounters follow a pattern, and filmmakers have created a formula for shootout films.
In encounters, there are no witnesses. Police's word is always final.
Call data records from Vikas's phone show that just before the encounter, he had spoken with the suspended officers SHO Vinay Tiwari and SI KK Sharma. Irony of ironies, Sub-Inspector KK Sharma, one of the 2 cops arrested for tipping off Dubey, sought the Supreme Court's protection, fearing an encounter against him. After Dubey's death, Facebook went viral with Brahmin fury. Others accused UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, a Thakur, of eliminating a Brahmin. Something that Mayawati tried to capitalize on in an attempt to recreate BSP's 2002 successful social engineering formula.
For some criminal's act, his entire community must not be victimized and made to feel insecure.
Yogi's Thok Denge, Just Kill philosophy has in the last 2 years eliminated over 100 criminals, 70 in Western UP alone. 48-year-old Vikas Dubey became the 119th criminal to be eliminated since 2016. And there is a ready list of 19 more most wanted criminals that are on police radars. However, despite projecting a larger-than-life image as Gabbar of Bikru and Don of Shivli, Vikas Dubey was really a small-time gangster whose influence was primarily limited to 2 areas of Kanpur Dehat. The following policemen were killed in the shootout: Bitur Circle Officer Devendra Kumar Mishra, Shivrajpur Police Station in charge Senior Officer Mahesh Yadav, fellow Sub-Inspectors Anup Kumar Singh and Babulal, Constables Sultan Singh, Rahul, Jitendra Kumar and Bablu. The 7 cops who survived with serious injuries include Bitur Police Station in charge Kaushalendra Pratap Singh, Sub-Inspectors Sudhakar Pandey and Vikas Babu, Constables Ajay Singh Sengar, Ajay Kashyap and Shiv Murat Nishad, and Homeguard Jairam Patel. Vikas Dubey's father said, "The police did the right thing by taking action against my son. He did not take part in his cremation." Dubey's mother initially disowned him, but later attended his last rites. The Justice B.S. Chauhan Inquiry Commission found no evidence of wrongdoing in the encounter killings of gangster Vikas Dubey and his 5 associates. Bisbo's limerick. There was a gangster called Vikas Dubey, whose writ ruled Bikru and the weak were his prey. But by killing the cops, he was as dead as a corpse. It was a one-way ticket for him to be slayed. You will also find these sources listed in the video description section. Do subscribe if